Hey guys, it's Roll. Now, in today's video, I want to talk all things Timber Terror. So, we're gonna compare the old fully wooden coaster of Timber Terror to the new retract version with the 208 retract by RMC. So, first of all, the original Timber, from my experience, I did like it most with the buzz bars, but this new Timber Terror with this retract is a lot of fun. I think from my rides, it is at its best it's ever been. This coaster is so good now. Um, it is third in the park for me now, only ranking behind Trimmers and Stunt Pilot. And I could even see it going above Stunt Pilot. It's definitely not the best in the park in my opinion. It is an incredibly fun ride though. I mean, you hit the brakes with full force. It is insane. Now, the one thing I will say is this ride as smooth as it used to be? Absolutely. It is even smoother now. One thing I do want to mention about Timber Terror now, with the RMC iBox 208 or 208 track, is there is still a small rough patch for my rides, which is when it transitions to the steel. You can definitely feel it, and in my earlier rides in the day, it was more prevalent. My later rides, it was less able to be felt. I will say though, it is a very interesting model. Interesting track switch. As for trimmers, which I'll talk about in a different video, you don't feel that switch as much, which I found super interesting. I will say it is a lot better than it used to be, and it actually is a very okay. So something to note, and its overall ride experience is that Silver does have a true wooden coaster now, as both their wooden coasters have steel track. I'll talk about this more in the Tremors review, but Timber Terror definitely needed this more than Tremors, in my opinion. Tremors was pretty smooth before, and now it is a very rough coaster. I mean, not rough, very smooth, I mean. This is a very good thing for Timber. Do I think it absolutely needed it? Absolutely, I do. I think it is the most needed out of any of the Woodies, if I'm being honest. So one thing I do want to talk about is they should RMC this or Trimmers, as I think for Timber it would give a very unique experience driving. Um, I love how it kind of feels like you're racing the cars on this coaster when they pass by. That is a really cool feeling. And I will say the other thing is I think it would give a unique ride experience again. Now, here's something to mention. I do think that Timber is not a top 10 coaster still for me. Now, this doesn't mean it's a bad ride. It just has a few potholes that kind of do hurt the ride experience. Is it worth traveling from like, let's say, Florida? I think so, just to experience it once or twice. It is a great ride experience, and my overall score of it is a 6.2 out of 10. This does not mean it's a bad ride. For me, it has to be at least an 8 out of 10 ride to get in my top 10, but I do believe it's good enough to rank at least in my top 20, which it was already in my top 20. I used to think it's the worst big ride in the park, but after rides, it is definitely not even close. It is third in park again. And yeah, 6.5 I think is fair. I don't think it will be good enough to rank at my top 10. It used to be at a 4 out of 10. I mean, a 3.5 out of 10. So it went up 6 points, which even 3.5 was just because of how rough it was. Now, I'm not saying again it was a bad ride. I just didn't think it was super enjoyable because of how rough it was. But nowadays, it is incredible and it is so worth going to Silverwood. I mean, Silverwood is a beautiful park and all. So, I mean, if you ever get the chance to go out here, definitely go. I mean, I've heard from people um that from who've gone to other parks. This is one of those beautiful parks I've went to. So, I definitely think it is a very well worth it trip to make it out to Silver, just for Timber Terror even. I think Timber Terror is worth a very far trip. So, again, overall ranking 6.5, and roll to the outro. Hey, it's Ghost World. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Now, of course, this is my Timber Terror review. If you do want to go watch the POVs without me talking or any of that, well, they are on my channel. Now, thank you for watching, and of course, enjoy your day and keep riding.